more serious note, John Deloney and I took a call from a young widow last week in her 30s. Her husband had died in a construction accident, and she was her home was in foreclosure, and she was in tears through the whole call, and it has tugged at the heartstrings of everyone who's listened to that call, John and me included. And I had, if you have heard that or yet to hear it, but you'll hear that I explained to her she's not going to lose the house, and that we're going to get Lisa, our senior financial counselor that works with crisis stuff, on the job here, and furnish it to her, take care of her, because as people of the Christian faith, we're instructed by our book to take care of widows and orphans. So we do. That's simple. And so we took care of her. Lisa's met with her. She's got all kinds of, the chaos that was all over her life is starting to come into order. The house will, of course, not be foreclosed on. She had a $60,000 mortgage on a $375,000 house. We're not losing that house, boys and girls. Okay, so not happening. So anyway, we didn't lose the house. Everything's going to be fine. There's a lot of details to be buttoned up, but just an update that she's fine. She's fine. And literally thousands of you have reached out to us to offer assistance to her, financial and so forth, on the different social media platforms. Thank you for that. Number one, we have no way of organizing all of that stuff. We don't run a telethon, and so there's no possible logistical way we could. Number two, she doesn't need it. She's under control. We got her.
Yeah.
A couple people stepped up in the community. The church, we're hooking her up with a church that's going to help her. We've got Lisa, who's got superpowers when it comes to negotiating with foreclosures and dealing with mortgage companies, and she has all of the regulatory knowledge that strikes fear into the heart of collectors. And so all of that. So we got it. She's in good shape. Thank you, guys. But let me just tell you, the thing I wanted to bring up was thank you, for all of you that reached out, and those of you that even thought, gosh, I wish I could help her.
Yeah.
Here's what we've always done in 30 years of doing this show, because sometimes one of these things elicits this kind of a response from our wonderful audience, because we got great people in our audience.
Absolutely.
Is, hey, what that means is God is telling you to help. Not her, but somebody else. There's plenty of folk right there within reach of you, whoever you are, that need help. There's plenty of folk that $2,000 will change their life.
Okay.
A $1,000 car for a single mom in that situation change your life.
Yeah.
And $10,000 will do it for 10 of them. So this is why you get out of debt. This is why you live like no one else, so that later you can live and give like no one else. So what I'm asking you to do in this particular case is take the unction, take the spiritual direction you feel inside of you to help, and go help.
Yeah.
You're not going to help this particular lady, but there's one just like her down the block, I promise you. They're all over the world. And so help.
That's the word, Dave.
That's what it's for. Because here's the thing. If we the people take care of we the people, we can make the government as irrelevant as it actually is. You could put them out of business.
I know that. Drop that salary.
Put them out of the helping people business. That would alleviate a lot of heartache, a lot of pain, a lot of taxes.
Yeah.
It would alleviate a lot of stupidity, and it would take the power from politicians to buy your vote.
That's a good word, Dave.
So we the people taking care of we the people is how it's supposed to be done. It's called community. It's called connection, and it's called generosity. It's a good muscle for everyone to flex ever so often, and inviting you guys to do just that. And again, thank you for your response to that lady. That was a heart-wrenching call and situation.
It really was. And hopefully for the listeners, it shows, we talk all the time, Dave, this is a community. We're not just people telling you, get out of debt. There are Facebook communities. There are people doing this with you, and they truly care about your journey. They're right there with you. And if that doesn't show it, I don't know what does.
There's 500,000 people on the Baby Steps Facebook page.
Yeah.
I mean, the Baby Steps Facebook community.
Yeah.
And you want to get some advice? They will tear you up in there.
They will tear you up, but it's
Y'all
because they
think
love
I'm
you.
tough? You think I'm tough? Jump your butt in that community. Yeah. But I mean, you're right. There's a lot of interaction going on amongst you guys, our tribe, us. This is not simply us barking at you
That's
on
right.
one end of a microphone and you on the speaker end on the other side. There's a lot going on here, and this kind of a thing illustrates that.
It does. It does. There's people out there rooting for you. They've been there. They know how it feels, and the chance that they get to jump in and help, they're going to take that chance.
Well, that's how you ended up. You and Sam ended up becoming Financial Peace University coordinators.
Heck yeah. You don't go through this and not want to help somebody on the other side of it, because
Yeah,
it changes your lens. Now, when you walk out, you notice the person behind you in the checkout. You know what I'm saying? You start to notice things that you've never noticed before. And, you see that person taking out their phone and checking their account before they pay. You see that stuff now. And so, yeah, you got to go back and help. Pay it forward.
Once you're aware, you can't be unaware.
That's right.
It does open up your eyes and get things moving. So, guys, jump in and do that. Just find somebody to be a blessing to. The odd thing is that it'll bless you.
That's right.
The odd thing is that generosity actually does as much or more for the giver than it does the receiver. And it seems like Jesus talked about that. So there you go. The giver is more blessed, is what it amounts to. And so it's good. It's a good exercise. It's a good reminder for all of us that this is where help comes from. God does not use governments. God uses people to help people. It's his preferred tool. So keep that in mind next time someone wants to announce a new program.